What's up, Bearded Gang? This your favorite barber, the the barber's barber, the bearded barber, aka the homeless barber, aka the barber without a barber license, aka the apprentice barber waiting to take a barber's exam, aka the homeless barber. Like I said before, I'm back again. I just named the channel, man. Just name the channel. All the any subscribers, anybody who watched the video, man, I'm gonna name y'all the Barber Gang. If y'all down with it, the Barber Gang, man. I think, or the bearded barber gang. And I'm your favorite bearded barber. That's what it is. Man, this coronavirus thing got everything on hold. I submitted all the paperwork to take the barber exam. In the state of North Carolina, you have to have 2 barber exams to become a licensed barber. I took the apprentice barber exam, which includes the practical exam and also the theory exam, which is handwritten exam. So, in the state of North Carolina, man, it's it's a lot to become a barber in North Carolina, man. So, what I'm waiting for, I submitted all the paperwork. I just need them to send me back my date to take the barber exam. And the second barber exam, the licensed barber exam, is only for the practical, so it's just cutting hair. I've been a barber for a while. In the state of North Carolina, a barber who wants to become a licensed barber has to be an apprentice barber for 12 months. So I've been working as a barber for at least 12 months. The COVID-19 kind of put a halt to all of the barber shops in North Carolina. I think they just now opened back up, but man, I really wanted to get my barber's license, and start working as a barber. So since the COVID-19 kind of stopped all the barber in North Carolina, I thought I would take another avenue to get some halal means, man, some sustenance, to try to get a different career, or at least the meantime while the barber industry is down. So I went and took the trucking exam to try to get a CDL license, something, man, just to get some cash flow in it. Because like I said, I'm the homeless barber. Look at me, man. I'm the homeless barber. You don't even see it. It ain't even a change of clothes in this car. And this car is a borrowed car, man. SubhanAllah. What I do have is a kitab. I got my documents for barbering. I got my documents for I'm a veteran. If y'all have seen my videos before, you know that I'm a veteran. I'm an Iraqi war veteran. And I'm truly, man, just a man making a way in terms of entrepreneurship, financial stability, really trying to make a way for myself in this life, man. And if you've seen my videos before, you know that I'm 40 years old, and I'm it's like I'm starting over all again. I've been married before. I've had children. I've had a home. I've had cars and things like that. But it's like I'm starting all over again, man. And I look at it as it being a mercy from God, man. It's a good thing, and my optimism is the key, man. I'm still looking for the mercy, for the protection of God, for the sustenance to come directly from the Creator, man. So that's where I'm at with life, man. I took the CDL exam today. Okay, my 3rd time taking the CDL exam. And it's just handwritten, and it's just a Class A. It's a Class A. What is it? It's called a Class A permit, Class A permit for the CDL licensing. So the second time I took, was it the fourth? No, today was the fourth time I took the CDL license. The first time I failed all three. The second time I passed the largest one, which is 50 questions, and failed the 20 question one and the 25 question one. Which, honestly, I think on the third one, I had 24 questions. I was on the 25th question, and there was 6 questions that could be wrong. I was on the 5th question of being wrong. I mean, I had 5 wrong questions, and it was the 25th question. So if I get the question right, I pass the exam. If I miss the question, I failed the exam. What you think I did? I missed the doggone question, man. So I went back up there first thing 8 a.m. this morning. It was 6 people in the line. I went up there. I'm like, man, I'm passing this test today. I know I can pass this exam. I know the material. I know the material. I know the questions. I'm familiar with it. I know the right answers. I do know. So I took the exam today and failed miserably. I failed horribly, man. I failed horribly. And I'm not sure why. Because it was the same questions. I just picked the wrong answers, man. I don't know how I picked the wrong answers. But tomorrow, I'm going to go up there first thing in the morning, just like today, 8 a.m., take the exam, just like I did today, and hopefully pass both of those exams. One's 25 questions, one's 20 questions. So tomorrow will be the 6th time I took the test. Like I said, there's 3 exams. The first exam, I passed on the second try, and this will be the 5th time I'm taking the 2 other exams. One's 20. It's only 120. It's only 25 questions and 20 questions, man. And a lot of the questions are redundant. The way they ask the questions though are the way they ask the questions are the way they ask the questions are I want to say the way they ask the questions are ambiguous, and it leaves me sometimes to be ambivalent when I'm answering the questions. So I know the right answer to the scenario, but given the answers that are the multiple choice, and given the actual question, it's sometimes it can be difficult to decipher between the right answer and a multiple choice question. I know the right answer if you ask me what the answer is. I believe, but with the multiple choice and the way they're worded, it's like I said, it can be a little ambiguous. So I'm sitting here at the favorite storage unit where I put all my stuff. I moved my stuff out of my family's home. I got 2 storage units. One unit is housing my truck, which I'm waiting on the part to fix my truck. Okay. I was changing the variable timing. I was changing the variable timing solenoid on the rear, head of the 6-cylinder 3.5 liter Honda motor, and I changed all the seals, and I turned the head cover over, and I was tapping on the spark plug well gasket or seal, so I could switch out the seals. And I'm waiting on a new. I cracked the dog. I broke the doggone cover. So hopefully I don't break the cover this time. I don't break I don't break the valve cover. I listen. My son graduates high school, and he graduates high school in 3 days. I wasn't aware of him graduating at this time until maybe a week ago. His mother didn't tell me. Well, I guess they didn't get the information till last minute because of the COVID-19, whatever. I don't have really enough money to drive to go see my son graduate. I need to see my son, my beloved oldest son, graduate from high school. This will be the biggest achievement. I need to see him graduate. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I have a borrowed car, which I borrowed this car from my father, and I'm not sure if they're going to allow me to drive this car and go and see my son. I've done. I ordered the part. The valve cover cost $64. I had like $153, man. I broke the doggone valve cover, had to order a part for $64, hoping to get the car running so I can drive up there to see my baby boy graduate, man. I spent the $64 on the valve cover, so I'm like, all right, I got $78. If push come to shove, I can at least I'll save the money, and I can rent a car from Enterprise right in the little town I'm in. I can rent a car and drive up there with the $78. Wouldn't you know, Apple, the Apple store from apps that I purchased maybe months ago took out like $11 for this app, $4.99 for this app, like $3 for this app, and got me down to like $53. And the rental car was $54. Man, I can't make this up, man. The rental car was $54. Oh my God. So I'm like, man, now I can't rent a car to drive. I just put some gas in my dad's car. I just put some gas in that, which cost me $25.75. So now I got $28.25 and maybe some miscellaneous change to get up 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, to see my son graduate high school. And maybe I'll post his graduation pictures, or maybe his YouTube or Instagram or something down below in the comments, so y'all can see, man. He's a handsome guy, man. I'm proud of this kid, man. He's a whiz when it comes to like tech stuff. He's super athletic, man. He's a tall guy, very good looking guy. He's like 6'2" now, 6'3", something like that. I'm like 5'11", almost 6 foot, just about 6 foot. He's like 2 or 3 inches taller than me. He's stronger, he's taller, he's probably faster now. This kid, man, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. He's such a good kid, man. He's such a, you know how, like, when you know someone that always, I know, it just makes me proud, man. He makes his mother proud, and I'm grateful to know him and to be his father. And I look at him as being a brother or a friend now, because he's almost 18 years old. He's alhamdulillah, he's a good man. Yeah, so. And I have three. I have four other actually four other children. Uh, Oldest daughter's 21. My middle daughter is 17, 19. My youngest son is 12, and my youngest daughter is September 20. Don't get mad at me, y'all, because I don't know. I'm saying it's a bunch of them, man. It's like 4 or 5. My kids, how I'm supposed to know all their ages and at the same time, give me a minute. Let me calculate this real quick. So she was September 28, 2000. She was born 2013. 2013. No, 2014. 2015. She was born 2015. This is 2020. I want to say she's 5. Oh, September. I think like September 28th she'll be 5. I hope that's right. And maybe please don't be mad at me if I'm a year short or something on your birthday. I mean on your age. I'm sorry. Apologize. So yeah, I'm sitting here with really arbitrarily. I'm sitting here in this car. I don't really have much to do right now. I got a 4.6 liter 2-valve motor from a from a Crown Victoria 2010 that I had built from the ground. Man, I built this car. I spent put about $20,000 in this car. And the car spontaneously combusted. Oh my gosh. I cannot make this up. This has been some year, man. I took the motor apart from the 4.6 liter 2-valve. I installed like 4 12 single voice coil mid-range speakers in the rear deck in the back window. And they look so good. They were Orion subs. I mean, not subs, mid-range speakers. And I hooked them up to Orion amp, and I'm like, man, I just want to hear these speakers, man, right? So I turned the speakers on, but the amp wasn't getting enough power because the alternator wasn't turning on because I took the engine apart. So I'm like, all right, well, let me go ahead and put the engine back together real quick, right? So I can go ahead and drive the car around, hear the music, but with the 410s in the back. So I'm like, soon as I get these 410s, I mean, so I can put the motor back together, I can ride around and bump the 410s like I've been dreaming of for like a year, man. I've been dreaming like a year to put this car back together. I built the box from fiberglass and wood way back 14 months ago, man. I built the car. I built the box from scratch with my own hands. And I wrapped the box in ostrich skin vinyl. in black ostrich skin vinyl. I wrapped the box. Oh, it looked good though, man. I wish I had some pictures to post. I might, if I can, I'll find some pictures and post them, and put it in the comments down below. But the ostrich skin vinyl, man, was like that, bro. And the speakers look so nice, and I hooked it up to the system. I put the motor back together. I think there was a missing valve cover screw. And this is the first motor I had ever put back together. So I'm like, oh, that ain't no big deal. It's just a little screw. It's just one screw, man. Ain't no big deal, right? So I started the motor up, and I heard that it had long tube headers on it, high flow catalytic converters, high flow catalytic converters. It had a Series 10 Flow Masters, brand new tips, 3-inch pipes from the cats all the way back. Man, it was like that, bro. And with that 4.6 liter 2-valve, it sounds so good. It sounds better than any Mustang with a 2-valve motor in it, man. it sound better than a lot of the Coyote 5.0 motors, if you ask me. It was really, really good, bro. So I started it up. I'm sitting in the driveway, right? I'm bumping this system. I'm like, I finally got the tens rocking, yo. I finally got the tens rocking. So I'm like, I've been waiting for this moment for over a year, man. I just felt success. You know what I'm saying? Like true success, bro. So I'm sitting there bumping the deal, right? And I'm feeling like some heat coming from underneath the dash or something. I think I seen a little smoke coming from like the the front rear right tire. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, yo, something's going on. Something's going on with the doggone motor, right? So I get out the car, I hear some popping, boom, boom, the motor start like backfiring, right? Bow, bow, bow. So I look at the engine, and I look underneath the car and I seen a little bit of flames, right? So I'm like, oh man, this caught on fire. So somehow either there was a fuel leak or an oil leak from the I'm not sure what exactly it was from, man, to be honest about it. Maybe it was a little fuel leak because I had put the injectors in real quick or something. Maybe they weren't seated properly. I don't know, man. But the doggone fuel caught on a drip. I mean, because I was rocking in the car for a minute with the the alternator going, right? So the oil or the fuel was dropping down onto the exhaust manifold. Onto the exhaust manifold where, you know, the exhaust manifold can get like cherry red hot sometimes, man. The exhaust manifold, and with that oil or that fuel dropping down on it, every time it dropped, it would go boom, 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 boom. It was like combusting every time. So I was like, wow, man. I looked, I seen the flames. I ran into the house. I grabbed the fire extinguisher, right? First of all, I couldn't find the fire extinguisher. Let me get it correct. I couldn't find the fire extinguisher. I ran out the house. I seen the water. There was a water hose. I grabbed the water hose, turned the water on, ran over to it. It was an accelerated fire because of the acceleration of the fuel. So the water wasn't doing nothing, right? So I ran back in the house to look for another fire extinguisher. I looked underneath the cabinet of the sink in the kitchen and found a doggone fire extinguisher, man. I found the fire extinguisher. I ran out, pulled the pin, pulled the trigger on the fire extinguisher like this. It was like, tss, tss. It was only 2 little spurts left in the extinguisher, man. I'm like, oh man, what I'm gonna do now, yo? So I went back over to the water, tried to spray the water, and I called the fire department. The fire department came out, man. I was standing in the front yard like this. I didn't know what to say. I just stood there. Like, the whole car was gone. But I was like, you know what? All praise be to God. And in my faith, my understanding, it means Alhamdulillah. I said Alhamdulillah. And I went. The fire department came. They put the fire out. I had someone tow it. Actually, I had someone tow the car from there over to another shop, which I met a good friend of mine now. He took the motor out of the car for me. The guy, he was such a good guy. He even took the car. He took everything out of the car for me. I had like $5,000 worth of equipment in the trunk of the car. Speakers, wire, terminals, everything you can think of, man. At least maybe $2,000 or $3,000 worth of equipment in the trunk of the car. He took the stuff out of the car. He put it in the car. He put it in his office to safeguard it for me. He took it over to the actual junkyard, which he never gave me a receipt for it. So I don't know if the car was actually in the junkyard or not, but he gave me like $120 something for the car. So I think it was $120. But yeah, he gave me $120 for the car. I was grateful for it. I was so grateful to him. I worked at his shop for free for like a month, just doing odds and ends, getting chalk blocks, helping them work on cars, turning wrenches, setting the parameters and the diameter on the spark plugs. All this doggone stuff, man. All that doggone stuff. So I learned a lot. He taught me a lot. He taught me how to pull a motor out. I mean to pull a bumper out and stuff like that. He taught me a lot, man. He really taught me a lot. I learned a lot. I feel like I paid him back for the amount of effort and work that he put in on the car, for taking the car over there for me. I still, I owe people, man. I owe my mother, I owe my parents money, man. I'm in a position right now, man. Listen, I'm 40 years old, and I've been on my own since I was like, 19 years old, man. I moved out of my mother's house when I was 19 years old. I went into the Army. From there, I went to Fort Hood. I went back to St. Louis, Missouri for less than a year. Then I joined the active duty Army. Went to Fort Hood, Texas. Went to Iraq. Went back to Fort Hood, Texas. Went to Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Went to Richmond, Virginia. Went back to my mother's house for a little while because me and my ex-wife, we got a divorce and separated and went back to Virginia. Then went back to my mother's house. Then got a house in Raleigh. Stayed in Raleigh for almost a year. What was that? A little less than a year. I can't remember exactly how long it was in Raleigh. And then I went from Raleigh back to my mother's house. No. To Northern Virginia. And I stayed in Northern Virginia for 2 years in an apartment up there. And from Northern Virginia, some things happened in Northern Virginia, so I went in. I did a little bit of time, subhanAllah. And this was back in 2017, I want to say. And from there, I've been on probation. I got like 4 years of probation, man. And I've been on probation for 4 years, and one of the stipulations of the probation is that I had to, I was told I was coming to North Carolina because my apartment, I took everything out of my apartment before I went in because I knew, what was going on. So, it was about 8 months, so it wasn't no major stuff. The first time I had ever really been in there for any extensive for more than like 30 days. I've never been nowhere and nobody's, jail for more than like 30 days, man, never. So that little 8 months, I call it a bid, man. It was a it was a, you know what I'm saying? It was like you can say what you want, but 8 months in somebody's jail, boy, that is you don't want that. 8 months is that's a long time to be in somebody. I don't care what nobody say. They say, oh, well, I did this 10 years and 20 years. I don't care, man. Y'all can do all that time. 8 months was a long time for me. That was too long. I don't want that no more. Never. So I came from there. So one of the stipulations, because I didn't have an apartment in Virginia, one of the stipulations was to go ahead and stay in my parents' home temporarily until I could find a place. So I've been there almost 2 years, man. So because of the F, because of that F, which I've never had one in my whole life, never, and it's difficult to find a place, man. It's difficult. I got the income, thanks be to God, but it's just difficult to find a place. So right now, I think it'll be a lot easier to find a place. So I always go ahead and find a place, God willing. So I'll find a place, God willing, inshallah, here very soon. So I went ahead. My mother, I think she was tired of me being there. I was tired of being there. I didn't want to be there no more. She really didn't want me to be there no more either. So I was like, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move out of there. I moved all of my stuff out. And wouldn't you know, as soon as I moved my stuff out, what happened? My truck, it broke down. So it started to leak. Oh, I said, oh man, now I got to get the timing. Then I had this idea. I was like, man, I got the variable timing solenoid. I'm like, look, I got this idea. I'm gonna go ahead and get that warranty, car protection, insurance on the car, right? I don't know what's wrong with the car, you know what I'm saying, as of yet. So I'll go ahead and get the warranty protection on the car. So if there's anything wrong, I'll just take it to the dealership and have them fix the car, right? Man, do you know there was a stipulation in the contract with the warranty protection program that it had to be 20-day grace period before you can take it to the shop to get it fixed. So I'm like, oh man. So I fixed it myself. I went in, I bought a variable. They tried to charge me $700 for a variable timing solenoid. No. That was like almost $1,000, $900 for a variable timing solenoid. Then they tried to charge me $700 for a catalytic converter that needs to be changed. So I went and got the variable timing solenoid. The actual catalytic converter, I don't think is covered under that warranty program, but that catalytic converter is like $400 and something bucks, man, on a Honda, bro. I'm like, man, how I'm gonna do that? Like, how I'm gonna get $400 and some odd dollars to get the variable? I mean, to the catalytic converter on that. Yeah, on that. The variable time. I mean, the catalytic converter. So I'm like, wow, I got to get the catalytic converter now. So I'm thinking the variable timing solenoid. I put that on, and like I said, I broke the valve cover. So I'm like, Lord, I don't want to break the valve cover ever again. No, yeah, I don't ever want to break the variable timing cover. So I was like, okay. So the variable timing solenoid. I mean, yeah, I put the variable timing solenoid on. I got to put another valve cover on there. And I need to get the variable. I mean the catalytic converter on there. Okay, so I put the variable timing solenoid on. And all I need is a valve cover, I think, to get this vehicle up and running good enough to drive 2.5 hours north to go and see my baby boy graduate. So y'all, please pray for me. Please ask God to grant me the ability to see my son graduate. Please, I'll be praying for you as well, and asking you that you know, God grants you whatever it is that you want in your life. Alhamdulillah. Okay, whatever it is that God wants that you want to ask God for, may God grant it for you as well. And right now, I'm sitting here arbitrarily. I got $28 to my name. If I go and buy something to eat, there's a chance that I won't have enough gas money to go and see my son graduate. So I'm like, well, I don't want to buy any gas right now. So I have some food that I purchased at my mom's house. But that could come with an argument because for whatever reason, my mother, I don't know, maybe y'all know mothers. I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty good to my mother over the years. Uh, I've done some, spending that little 8 months in there, and that deal was, I think it was tough for her. It was tough for me, man. I don't want to spend no time in that place, man. It was tough for me, so it was tough for her too. And subhanallah. But initially, when I got there, she said, you don't have to pay me any rent or anything. So about months into that, the stay with my mother, I could sense a little, I don't know, maybe a little, a little, maybe a little. She was maybe just a little apprehensive at times. I don't want to speak ill of my mother at all, but I just feel like I was building a car, so I was spending money, lots and lots of money on a car that I was building. I told you I put over $20,000 in the car, but I was spending a lot of money on the car. And normally when I stay with my mother, I would always give her something. I think the last time I stayed with her and my ex-wife, we stayed there for maybe a couple months or something. I gave her like $500. It wasn't even a month. It was a month or so, a little less than a month. I gave her $500 for letting us stay there. So normally I would do something nice or special for my mom. Always, get her something nice. Always. And maybe she was expecting that, and when she didn't see that, because I was so involved in getting the car done, man. I put like over $2,000, $1,500 worth of dynamite in the car. And that's the cost of the actual dynamite. It was called Roadkill, made by Stinger. I was putting that type of material in that car, man, that if you all know this material, if you spend $1,500 for it, it's a lot of material, man. I put it on almost every inch of the inner cab, took the entire car apart, took the built a fiberglass box, like I said before, man. Wrapped the dashboard and vinyl. Built door pods for the car, which the door pods, I was my first time doing it. I was learning, so I was gonna pay someone to make some more door pods. I put a center console that I purchased online in the car. I put like a Power Master battery. I put about $200 or $300 worth of zero gauge all through the car. Upgraded the big three, the starter cable, the starter cable, the auxiliary box cable, the alternator to battery cable, and there was like 4 different leads from that. It was 4 leads from the alternator to the battery terminal. I think next time I'll do it, I'll make 4 leads from the alternator all the way back to the battery. And I want to get like a limitless battery, like a lithium ion battery, all the way in the back too. So I want to get a lithium ion battery. I mean, man, I did so much to the car. I put like $200, almost $300 headlights, LED lights in the car. Put almost $200 tail light, $160 tail lights. And that was over $200 for the headlight. Almost $300 for the headlights. Almost $200 for the tail lights. I put a remote start on the car, which was like $300. Man, I just put a lot of money in a car that I only paid like $3,000 for. And the car was actually probably worth, in terms of how much I put in it, probably about $20,000, something like that. So maybe a little more. And now that I think about it, spending that kind of money on a car when I was staying with my mama, I would do nice things for her, get her a little something here and there, or give her a little bit of money here and there. But I probably could have gave her more money than I did. So, okay, yeah, I probably could have gave her a little more money. Maybe that's what maybe she was irritable about. But God knows best. So basically, I'm sitting here at the storage unit, man. The freaking storage unit. And I got 2 storage units now. I got one across town for my vehicle. I got one on this town for all of my stuff from my old apartment. Like I said, I'm 40 years old and I'm starting over. And I'm optimistic, man. The F is kind of holding me back from, because I'm used to staying in nice places, man. Not around other people who have Fs. I've never had an F before in my life, man, never. So now, when you get that F on a record, I never had it, but it changes an ability to well, my name is childhood name. My mother just called me Lanny all the time. You can call me the bearded barber, or AKA the homeless barber. AKA the homeless barber. So basically, man, basically, bro, it's been real difficult it's been harder than I thought to find to get it. I'm just used to staying in nice places. It could be a lot easier to get a place. I probably need to look in a different spot or something, or talk to someone I know or something like that. Or there's one place in town that I'm for sure that don't do the criminal background check and stuff like that. So I need to kind of get my own place. I owe like $11,000 on a car that's 10 years old because of the interest rate. Man, I was with my daughter's mother and we needed a vehicle, man. So I just signed and got a vehicle. My credit is pretty decent, but at that time my credit was so. I think the interest rate was like 19% or so. I was like, wow, but I was kind of, it's ridiculous. So I'm expecting a little bit of money, man, here pretty soon. So I'm going to try my best to either pay that car off or pay off. I got a little bit on my credit report from AT&T and Verizon Fios. But other than that, man, my credit report is completely clear. I got 2 things on my credit report. Everything else is completely clear, man. So that's it, right? Yeah, I got 2 other things. It's just 2 things on my credit report. It's completely clear now. So what I really want to do, man, is get myself in a position where I can really find a good, a decent place to stay, because I want my children to visit. I don't want to be around all these places where it's not an environment for my children to be in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to staying in nice places, like upscale apartments, upscale townhouse, somewhere that's decent and nice. So I'll look into that too and see. Okay, I'll look into that too and see exactly what I need to do to find a good place, man. But right now I'm homeless, brother. Right now I'm a homeless barber. I need to find a good spot. Right now I'm homeless, and this is my life. This is the barber life. I'm an apprentice barber looking to take the licensed barbering exam. Subscribers, I'm gonna call y'all the Barber Gang, man. The Barber Gang. So I'm gonna call y'all truly the Barber Gang. So if you rock with me, man, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and comment on the video, man. Please. I'm trying to come up just like everything else, man. I see some young people on YouTube that are really an inspiration, and I rock with them, man. I like them, and I hope God bless all of them, man, to be honest about it. And I'm they done gave me the blueprint and the diagram to follow to try to get some money on YouTube. So while I'm waiting on my barber exam, while I'm going up there every day to take this doggone CDL license until I get my CDL, I'm gonna be on here making YouTube videos. And until I get a break and somebody see it that tells somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, or until I hit one of these young people up like, look, man, this is my situation. Can you help me out? Let me get a promo or something, man. I give you such and such dollars. Let me get a promo, man, and tell people about my YouTube video. Word up, man. All right. So that's what it is. It's a bearded barber, man. Barber Gang, y'all know what it is. This is my channel, Barber Life.